Hey guys, what's good? My name is Nadine and I am the owner of luxexo.com, where we sell beauty essentials for queens and goddesses. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a little bit about my alopecia story. So, September is Alopecia Awareness Month. So, for the whole month of September, I was doing a campaign to spread some awareness about alopecia, what it is, and, just spread the awareness because a lot of people don't really understand what alopecia is. And a lot of people feel that women, if they are balding, if they're losing hair, that a lot of it has to do with mistreatment of hair, and that's not always true. There are various forms of alopecia, and I did do a little bit of a background video on Instagram Live. I'm gonna link the video below. It is an unlisted video, so the only way you'll be able to see it is if you click the link in the description box. So go ahead and do that if you want a little bit more background information on what alopecia is. So in today's video, I'm just going to be sharing with you guys my alopecia story briefly. And just really encourage anyone out there that is suffering from alopecia, regardless if it is tension alopecia, which is alopecia that is caused through hairstyling and mistreatment of hair, or if it is alopecia areata, scarring alopecia, or alopecia totalis, alopecia universalis, whatever type of alopecia you have. I just really want to encourage you because in society, there is like a standard of beauty where a lot of people feel like if you don't have long hair or you don't have hair in general, that you're not as beautiful as someone who does have hair. And I just want to get over that stigma, get that stigma out of the way. I do feel like alopecia is something that is not discussed as often as it should be. And I think for some people, they think it's really taboo, if you will. It's one of those topics that I feel gets swept underneath the rug a lot. And mainly because there's so many people out there that do wear wigs. As you can see, yo girl is wearing a wig. Luxe XO, when I first started Luxe XO, the only products that I sold were wigs, were lace front wigs. That was the first product that I started selling, was synthetic lace front wigs. And a lot of it is because I understand the struggle of not wanting to go outside and having your hair exposed, your head exposed when you don't have a full head of hair. There's hair thinning or hair loss. So pretty much for me, my story with alopecia is I noticed that my hair was thinning. It was about a decade ago, guys. I'm totally dating myself right now, but in regards to hairstyling, my hair has always been really, really thick. And it's one of those things now looking back where you realize that you don't know what you have until it's gone, because I've always had really thick hair. And I remember when I was younger, my mom used to be styling my hair and I'd be putting my hand up in there. And for y'all that have a Caribbean upbringing, you already know the comb was coming down and your fingers were about to get hit. I don't know, maybe Canadians and Americans can relate to this, but when you get your hair done, you better keep your hands in your lap unless you want that comb conked on your fingers, because it was painful. But my hair was always so thick and I just hated getting my hair done. And I remember the first time I really wanted a relaxer. My mom, she didn't want to give me a relaxer, but I cried. I was like, I need a relaxer because my hair is like too curly and it's too thick. And anyways, my first relaxer, I think I was like 9 or 10 when I got my first relaxer, and my hair was about that life. My hair was like, yo, sorry, we're reverting. We don't like this straight life. We love our kinks. Let's just, we good. So I was devastated that my hair wouldn't take the relaxer. So I didn't really get my hair relaxed a lot growing up. My saving grace for me was braids. I got braids done all the time, and my hair was long and it was thick and it was beautiful, and I just hated the process of actually having to sit for hours to get my hair braided. So I decided when I got older, you know what, maybe I won't do a relaxer, but I'll texturize her. And there was a family friend that used to texturize my hair, and then I tried to texturize my hair a few times, and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and start getting it done professionally. So I would go to the salon, and I noticed that my hair was getting a little bit thin in, the crown region. I'm like, you know what, around this time is when YouTube was, starting to pop a little bit. There was no partner program at the time, and I decided that I would go natural. So I stopped going to get a relaxer, and I was reading up about all these different supplements and the benefits of different supplements for your hair. I was just doing intense research on hair growth and things of that nature. And I have a wealth of information that I gained from those days. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to start taking care of my hair. I'm going to try to start eating better. One thing to note as well is that I had been anemic most of my life. So I wasn't really keeping up on my iron. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to try to keep up on my iron. I'm going to try to make sure that I'm eating what I should be eating. And at the time I was working and I was going to school. So my plate was full, honey. I had a lot going on. And I remember I would be at school, and during lectures, instead of paying attention to what the prof was saying, I was like researching hair growth and hair loss and hair supplements and hair oils, and just really trying to figure out what was going on, because I did notice that my hair was quite thin in that region. And hair loss was something that I had seen in my family, generationally, like through generations. I had seen that there were a lot of women who had hair loss, and I wasn't sure if it was hereditary. So I guess in the back of my mind, I was like, is my hair all gonna fall out one day? And I decided that, I would go natural, like I said. So I stopped relaxing my hair, and there was this one product I really wanted to try. It was aphogee, because I had heard so many great things about aphogee. So I decided to go ahead and try their 3-step process, with the protein and all of that stuff. And I bought everything, but I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me test the shampoo and the conditioner first. Well, honey, let me tell you, I tried that shampoo, and I don't know why. I don't know if it was because I was transitioning and I had, my new growth and then my relaxed hair or whatever, but the same area where my hair was thinning after using the shampoo, I'll never forget that day. My hair clumped up, clumped all together in that one region where my hair was the most sensitive. It was all clumped up, and I was so devastated, and I almost had a heart attack, and I'm trying to detangle, and I really should have just cut it. That should have just been the sign to say, you know what, Nadine, cut all your hair. But I was trying to preserve my hair. I wasn't ready to big chop. So I spent hours trying to detangle the hair, and I remember combing it and feeling as I would comb the hair out that I would feel hair pull from my scalp, and I'm like, okay, you know what, I don't even know. So long story short, I ended up, by the time I was done trying to detangle, I had a handful of hair, and I remember just crying. I remember just crying and being like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to get my hair back. I'm trying to get my hair to grow. And now this area is more damaged now, because obviously hair was breaking and all sorts of stuff. So I was devastated. And I was already wearing wigs at that time. Around that time is when I decided to start wearing wigs, because obviously with my hair thinning, I didn't want to put any more chemicals. I was done with relaxers and texturizers. And I didn't want to put any stress on my hair by braiding it or doing any weaves or anything. So wigs were my go-to. And I've been wearing wigs since. I think since that time, I've had braids 3 times and a weave I don't think I ever had a weave again after that. No, actually, you know what? I had braids maybe 5 times, because my hair had started growing back and I was feeling good, and I decided to go and get braids, and then that was a bad idea, because then my hair started falling out again. And I don't know when it was when I actually said, you know what, I think I have alopecia. And I went to the dermatologist because I was not trying to self-diagnose. And I remember going to the dermatologist and he was like, oh no, you don't, you're good. Like, that's just the way your hair grows. And I'm like, nah, I just feel like something is wrong, because I would notice that some days I would have a lot of hair in these regions, and then other days I would like put my hand there and I'm like, it feels like there's less hair. And I remember like running my fingers through my hair and then feeling like little bald spots. And then like a couple months would pass and I would run my fingers through my hair, and then the bald spots weren't in the same, like the hair had grown back in that region, but then there was like a bald spot somewhere else. And it was pretty devastating. I tried so many times to like get my diet right, you know, try to take supplements, you know, and try to balance my life out, work out, try to eat right, you know, drink enough water. And some days my hair was flourishing, and other days I would just feel like a burning sensation, and then I would feel put my hand there and there'd be no hair. And like I would notice like when I was stressed that it would happen more often. Sometimes I wouldn't even feel a burning sensation. I would just feel like hair was gone. And I'm like, you know what? I'm tired. I am so tired of investing so much energy and so much work and dedication into trying to grow my hair back, and it's just doing whatever it feels like doing. And I think up to now I've big chopped like 6 times. My most recent big chop was March of this year, 2018, and prior to that, I think it was August 2016, I shaved everything off. It was like September, August of 2016. I shaved my whole head bald. First time in my whole entire life I have ever been bald. Because even when I was born, I had a beautiful head of hair, thick, lots of hair when I was born. And that was the first time. Even my mom was like, I have never seen your head with any hair on it, without any hair on it. You look different. And I mean, it was cool, but it was cold. So obviously I never went into public with my bald head. I wigged it up all the time. And yeah, so it's kind of like I'm at a point now where I've just come to terms with it. And I just like, at the end of the day, it's just hair. And I'm probably going to wear a wig anyways. So it is what it is. And I just had to learn to like just really love myself regardless of what was going on with my hair. And I know that it can be very scary for a lot of women, wondering like, especially if you're single or you're dating, like how is a man gonna look at me, or, you know, how's he gonna feel about my hair? And I just want to encourage you ladies that you're beautiful without your hair. Like, it's just hair. It's not a big deal. Wigs are so common now. Hair extensions, like pretty much everybody and their mama wear it. Like, you know what I mean? Wigs are popping. One of the cutest little girl that we interviewed on the Luxe XO blog, Jace Jador, and she's a model. She's so adorable. And she shares her alopecia story. If you guys have not checked out any of the alopecia stories, definitely go ahead to the blog, www.luxexo.com/blog. And also check out our Instagram and read the stories of these women that have, you know, experienced alopecia. And there's so many forms of alopecia, like I said, and it's just inspiring just to see how strong these women are, and you'll be really empowered, especially if you're someone who is struggling with alopecia and you're not sure, you know, if you're in this alone. You're not. There's so many of us out there, and we just got to learn how to love ourselves and just say, you know, forget society's standards. I'm beautiful regardless. And I think it's such a beautiful thing when you can be in a relationship with somebody that doesn't care about your hair, like someone who just loves you because of you and who you are, without the hair, with the hair, without the makeup, with the makeup, that they just love you however you come, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like all this extra stuff, because at first when I was going to do this video, because I've low-key been procrastinating, because it is kind of scary, you know, to share your story, but I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get glammed up and blah 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 blah. And like, I felt like I was really overthinking doing this video. But I mean, I just got to get it done. It's September 30th. This is the last day. Hopefully I'll post this today. If not, it'll be posted by tomorrow, October 1st, at the end of Alopecia Awareness Month. But at least I did it. At least I got it done. So I just want to encourage you, if you are struggling with alopecia, don't let it be the highlight of your life. Like, enjoy life. Don't let your whole life revolve around your hair, because a lot of the stories that I've heard is sometimes it grows back and it continues to grow, and sometimes it doesn't grow back, and sometimes it'll grow back and then it will fall back out. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I said, I went to the dermatologist. I tried to get my situation sorted out. This man tried to tell me that that's just the way my hair grows. And I'm looking at him like, dude, I've had my hair my whole life. And if this was how my hair grew, I wouldn't be here trying to have this conversation with you. So it got to the point now where, like, honestly, I used to spend a lot of time, and I've tried supplements. I've done head massages. I have, done different hair treatments. I've made 100 concoctions. Sometimes I'm consistent. Sometimes I'm not consistent. Sometimes my hair grows back. Sometimes it falls right back out. As of right now, I still have patches, and I've come to the point where I'm just like, I don't even care. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Like, it's just hair, and I wear wigs 99.9% of the time anyways, so at the end of the day, I can't let hair be the end-all be-all of my life. I can't let the fact that my hair falls out sometimes and sometimes it's there cause me to be depressed and sad and an emotional wreck. At the end of the day, life goes on. And as I said, it is so important to just be around people that are going to accept you how you are, hair or no hair. You know what I mean? And even one of the ladies that we interviewed this month on the blog, or not on the blog, on Instagram, and I believe her Instagram is Mel Sweats. And I thought it was so beautiful because her hubby, after we shared her story, came and he commented on her post, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. And her daughter came and commented, and it's like, that is so beautiful when there's people that know what's going on with you. They understand the disorder, and even if they don't understand the disorder, that they support you and they tell you you're beautiful regardless of you having hair or not. Because at the end of the day, it's what's inside that counts. If you're a beautiful person inside, that's going to show, that's going to radiate outside, and a lot of people like to make fun of people, oh, you bald-headed, and crack these jokes. And I mean, I think that people are really insensitive about it, because I mean, if it's not happening to you, then you probably won't be as sensitive to it. But there are so many women struggling with alopecia and different forms of alopecia. I believe it's 1 in every 5 women suffer from alopecia, some form of alopecia. And even men suffer from alopecia. Alopecia barbae is an alopecia where they get like little bald spots in their beard, for example. That's a form of alopecia. And male pattern baldness is actually a form of alopecia that a lot of men struggle with later in their age. As they age, their hair starts falling out. Women suffer from male pattern baldness as well. It's not called male pattern baldness, but it's a form of male pattern baldness that women experience as well as they age. So hair loss is something that affects so many people, and I get that you can feel really insecure about it. I know there's been something on, I believe, Instagram and Twitter where there's like a dude who has male pattern baldness, or he's just bald like in the center of his head, and he got a full on, like, I don't know if it's a quick weave, I don't know what it was, but homeboy at the end of the day had like the sickest fade. And so many people were mad at it, but it's like, let's be real. Like, we're human beings, we have insecurities, and if you're going to throw on a wig, go ahead, throw on a wig, feel better about yourself. Like, it is what it is. At the end of the day, the people that love you, the people that are supposed to rock with you, they're going to rock with you regardless. You know what I mean? So just know that you're beautiful, and you don't have to conform to society standards if you really don't want to. If you want to be bald and shave all your hair off, go ahead, do you. If you want to throw a wig, a toupee, whatever, okay, go ahead, do you. Because at the end of the day, people are going to love you for you, hair or no hair. So anyways, I hope this video inspired somebody, and definitely, like I said, go ahead and check out the stories on the blog and on Instagram. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. If you guys have any questions at all, definitely don't hesitate to hit me up or to comment below, and I'll try to get back to you guys as soon as possible. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time. Peace.